Hi, Eric from Games of Berkeley here, again with Nigel. It's been a while since we last had a video like this. I'm not an especially great extemporaneous speaker, so I will be looking at notes as we go along, and there's a lot of information that we need to get to. So, many of you have been asking for a good long while when we're going to start events again. We've never been able to give you a timeline because of a few reasons. First and foremost, it's because COVID-19 is still an active threat, an ongoing threat. The health and safety of our employees and customers has been our chief concern for the past 14 months. And in the close environment of a role-playing campaign or a card game match, it's difficult to maintain social distancing or limit potential exposure time. Second, and closely related to the first, until recently, all of the relevant, credible health organizations have advised against hosting indoor events like ours that are attended by people from different households, and our state, city, and county COVID-19 orders expressly prohibited those events. And third, to put it bluntly, our game rooms haven't ever had good ventilation or airflow or even heating and cooling. Having people in such close quarters with each other under those circumstances during a pandemic, that was kind of a non-starter for us. All that being said, we've really missed hosting games. Not just the income from events, although that is a fair portion, and I'll talk with you a little bit later about that. We've missed you. The feeling of having people share our play space, spending time together enjoying things that they love, rolling dice, laughing, painting minis, things like that. And sometimes us being able to join you in that fun. So, with more people getting vaccinated all the time, and some of those guidelines for events beginning to relax, we're not just planning for events, we are actively working on getting them started again already. I'll have our store managers, Gwendolyn and Sean, talk with you a little bit about what it's going to take to do that, the things that we're working on, and then I'll come back to talk with you a little bit about the costs involved and how we're going to pay for it.
Hi, I'm Sean, one of the managers here at Games of Berkeley.
Hi, I'm Gwendolyn. I'm one of the other managers at Games of Berkeley.
Today, we want to talk to you about something really, really exciting. We're getting events going.
Well, we're starting.
Oh yeah, it's a long process, isn't it?
It's a lot of work.
Yeah,
there's a lot of things happening behind the scenes that require a lot of moving parts, but we are working on multiple different things in order to get events started again.
Air filtration, that's a big one. We're going to have a brand new central air processing put in for our event rooms and antechamber for you guys to be able to enjoy. Safety, health concerns, and comfort, of course.
The thing to point out is that much as we would love to do events as soon as possible, all of our event space has zero ventilation. So it doesn't necessarily matter whether everyone is super vaccinated or not. There is no ventilation and it is not safe to run events right now. But we are actively going to be putting in an entire HVAC system.
It's really exciting.
For those back rooms so that people can actually play back there and feel safe. And there'll also be air conditioning. Right.
Won't get so hot during the summer. Yeah, we're also getting in some new tables too. It's kind of exciting. The antechamber itself, the main room of the event chamber, is going to have some new tables and some new chairs. Kind of looking into all of that, how we're going to do it. But
we're trying to find the most comfortable options.
Absolutely, yeah. And going to try and beautify the area as well. And speaking of beautification, we've done some painting and renovating of those rooms too.
We've never really had the time or the funds to really decorate the game rooms the way we originally wanted to. We have our one beautiful mural room, and the rest of the space has taken sort of a back burner, but it's definitely on the front burner now because we have the time, and we are trying to make the space as welcoming as possible because we have a lot of communities that need a home, and so we're trying to make a good home for you guys.
Speaking of good homes for you guys in our communities, one of the things we're doing with these rooms is we're putting in a really exciting set of tables. We're going to have the ultimate gaming tables in there, so you're going to have some really gorgeous furniture to
Very, very nice.
Oh yeah, to support your games and give you an excellent play space area for you to utilize.
Yeah, we have 3 premium ultimate gaming tables coming in that will be in the smaller private rooms, so that when you book them for your events, they will be very nice.
Excellent, excellent, yeah.
We're also working on some sound baffling, because it definitely gets
important.
really echoey back there. And so we've found some really cool hex tiles that we're going to be putting around on the ceiling. And I know that a lot of our RPGers have had some issues in the past with sound carrying from game to game while combat is happening. So it'll be a lot better. It'll be a lot better.
Should be anyway. Yeah, we're working on that as much as we can. And then we're also working on kind of just curating that gaming library as well, making sure that you guys have got access to some of the coolest, greatest, newest games that have come out well in recent months, and then some of the classics that you just love as well. Making sure that they're all in excellent top condition for you to use and enjoy.
Yeah, we actually got quite a few new additions to the gaming library over quarantine, and those games are just sitting there waiting to be played.
Oh, begging. Yeah. So we're working on getting our events back in here, like I said at the beginning of all of this. It's kind of the whole point of everything we're doing with all of that, is to get everybody back in, because not only do we miss, hosting those games, but we miss having you guys with us.
We miss it a lot.
Just your laughter and the sound of dice and all of the excitement and everything going on. It's just a really big part of what makes this place as wonderful as it is, and we're desperate to get it back in here. Whether it's the role-playing games, D&D or the Call of Cthulhu or Pathfinder or any of them like that, or whether it's Pokemon or Magic the Gathering or even Digimon that is starting to rear up now. Paint night, God, we can't wait to get that back too. Just getting everybody back together.
Having that susurrus of people playing games in the back rooms was always one of the best parts of closing, and we miss it a lot.
Absolutely.
So we are desperately trying to get that back for you guys as soon as possible, but new and improved.
New and improved. Back to you, Eric.
So that's an awful lot of stuff we're working on, and it all costs money, either in purchase price or cost of labor. And we really want to be totally transparent with this process, in part because a large proportion of our day-to-day operating funds in the past year have been publicly funded. They come from places like the Small Business Administration or the Berkeley Relief Fund. And so that's very important that we let the public know what we're spending money on. So here's how it's going to break down. HVAC, the heating, air conditioning, the ventilation, that's estimated at approximately $21,000. That includes not just parts and labor, but also the expense of renting a crane to get that new unit up onto our roof. The tables of Ultimate Gaming in the 3 small rooms were acquired for significantly less than they would otherwise have cost. The first was gifted to us, and the other 2 totaled $2,800, which is about $1,200 less than they might otherwise have cost. The other 10 tables we need for the large room and the sales floor will cost between $3,000 and $4,500 to acquire, depending on which we end up choosing. Along the same lines, the chairs will cost somewhere between $2,500 and $5,000 because we need to buy about 70 chairs. Considerations there include how durable they are and how stackable they are for storage. We haven't yet decided on the specific type of sound damping that we're going with, but it could cost anywhere from $750 to $4,000, depending on aesthetics and level of noise reduction. And then miscellaneous things like paint, drywall, patching from prior work, anything else that kind of pops up along the way. We're estimating that somewhere between $2,000 and $3,000. Added up, All of these purchases together will cost anywhere between $32,000 and $40,000. Those are rough estimates. And that's not even taking into account the cost of our staff's labor, setting everything up, you know, painting the walls, putting up the sound baffling, etc. The point is, it's a hefty chunk of change. And to be completely honest with you, if not for the public funding that we received, we would have been one of the 200,000 small businesses in the United States that closed last year due to the pandemic. As it was, even with that funding, we ended 2020 with a tax year loss in the hundreds of thousands of dollars. The Paycheck Protection Plan and Economic Injury Disaster Loan, they are only allowed to go toward expenses like payroll, rent, utilities, inventory, things of that nature. Upgrades and improvements of this nature have to be paid for out of our sales income or our Patreon efforts. Thank you to our supporters there, or other borrowing. So we're here asking, if you're considering a tabletop purchase, if you're looking for more jigsaw puzzles, if you want to come back to Games of Berkeley and play games with other people, please consider spending a little money with us. You'll have that awesome thing that you wanted, and it'll help us continue providing you and our community with fun experiences for a long time to come. Thanks.